Today, we're looking into the incredible life story of self-made billionaire Ray Dalio. Have you ever wondered what it takes to become one of the most successful investors in the world? Well, imagine being the founder of the world's largest hedge fund, worth over $160 billion, and having a net worth of over $20 billion. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, for Ray Dalio, this dream became a reality. But how did he get there? We'll talk about the man who rose from modest beginnings to ranking among the greatest investors of all time. The man who founded Bridgewater Associates in his two-bedroom apartment to make it into one of the greatest hedge funds in the world. So, grab a notebook and get ready to learn about the secrets of one of history's most successful investors. Early age and education. Born in 1949, Queens, New York, Ray Dalio grew up in a middle-class family with an Italian ancestry. When he was 8 years old, his family moved from Jackson Heights to Manhasset, New York. His parents are Marino Dalio, a jazz musician who played the clarinet and saxophone in Manhattan jazz clubs, and Ann Dalio, a housewife. Now as a child, Dalio worked odd jobs such as mowing lawns, shoveling snow, and delivering newspapers. But from a young age, the boy had a fascination with the stock market and investing, often spending his time reading financial newspapers and books. Well, who knew the little boy delivering newspapers was going to become one of the richest investors in the world? Now you might be surprised to know that Dalio had a mediocre high school record. He considered school to be repetitive and uninteresting because the skills he was acquiring had no real-world applications. This made it difficult for him to enroll in a college. But later his passion for finance led him to attend Long Island University, where he received a Bachelor of Art in Science and Finance. Eventually, the golfers he caddied for, a Wall Street trader, offered Dalio a summer position at his trading company. At the age of 12, he started investing by paying $300 for shares of Northeast Airlines, which Ray later tripled after the airline merged with another business. Imagine a 12-year-old investing. And by the time he started high school, he had even built himself a small investment portfolio worth a few $1,000s. Now that is some serious career made at such an age. So how did he achieve this? Well, Ray kept buying and selling stocks throughout his time in college, but later developed an interest in commodity futures. Even though commodity futures had limited lending criteria at the time, Dalio still believed he could profit generously from them instead of simple stocks. This was the time he was finally starting to like school and excel in academics. He then continued his education and was accepted at Harvard Business School, where he earned an MBA in 1973. During his time at Harvard, Ray started investing his own money, and he quickly became successful. We will now speak of Ray Dalio's amazing career, but before, if you want to invest in the stock market and get better results than the S&P 500 and 99% of hedge funds with less than an hour work per month, check the link in the description of this video. Career. Let's just take a look at his career from the start. After graduating, Ray began his career on Wall Street, working as a clerk for Merrill Lynch. He was fascinated by the fast-paced and competitive world of finance, and was quickly able to learn the ins and outs of the market, and even developed a keen eye for spotting trends and opportunities. After gaining valuable experience as a clerk and quickly working his way up the ranks, Ray moved on to work as a futures trader for Dominic & Dominic. But Ray's true calling was in starting his own investment company, and in 1975, when he was just 26, Dalio and his friends finally founded a firm out of an apartment that would ultimately become Bridgewater Associates. The firm, with just $5 million in capital, would soon turn into one of the largest investment companies in the world. This hedge fund started as a small investment advisory firm, with just $30,000 in assets under management. However, it quickly grew, and by 1985, it had over $1 billion in assets under management. Now, that's some real business growth. But just as every business experiences a downfall, this endeavor sure did as well, and it was unsuccessful due to the lack of experience. Despite the fact that the original Bridgewater failed, Dalio ultimately used the name to start what would eventually grow to be one of the biggest hedge funds in history. And just as Dalio thought, dealing in commodities later proved to be a much more valuable experience as well, which proved to be a great advantage. And soon came the most awaited skyrocket success. Bridgewater started to expand quickly, as Dalio got his big boost when McDonald's signed on as a client. The World Bank and Eastman Kodak pension funds were also among the bigger clients that the firm landed. Later, the company even benefited financially from the 1987 stock market meltdown, and that is when Dalio began to gain popularity outside of Wall Street. This was the time when Bridgewater Associates rose to the position of one of the largest hedge funds globally, which only experienced financial losses 3 times between 1991 and 2005. But what makes Bridgewater Associates stand out? Well, one of the key factors that set Bridgewater apart from other hedge funds was Ray's use of computer algorithms and data analysis to make investment decisions. This approach, which was considered unconventional at the time, has become a hallmark of the company's investment strategy. Ray's emphasis on transparency and open communication played a crucial role in the company's success. He encouraged his employees to speak their minds freely and openly criticize and challenge one another, leading to better decision-making as well as higher returns. With over 1,500 employees and offices in several countries, today the company manages over $160 billion in assets and has been recognized for its outstanding performance and innovative investment strategies. Apart from working at Bridgewater, Ray has been involved in various other business ventures as well, including the creation of the Economic Principles website, which provides free access to educational resources on economics and finance. In addition, Ray frequently speaks at conferences and events all around the world, where he communicates his knowledge and experience on entrepreneurship and investing. He conceived his all-weather portfolio, the well-known investment strategy that has gained widespread attention in recent years, but was very innovative at the time. This portfolio is a simple, yet effective investment blueprint, diversifying across multiple asset classes to have good results in all types of economic conditions. It can be replicated with just a few low-cost index funds, making it accessible to investors of all levels of experience. While we can easily say that Ray Dalio's career beginnings were marked by his entrepreneurial spirit, innovative thinking, and a willingness to take risks. However, his success in building Bridgewater Associates into one of the most successful hedge funds in history is proof of his leadership and vision. He is ranked 85th on Forbes' list of the world's wealthiest people. Controversies. But despite his success, Ray has also faced multiple controversies throughout his career. In 2016, Bridgewater Associates faced several lawsuits and allegations of misconduct. Former employees accused the company of having a culture of discrimination and harassment. The complaint also alleged that the company's culture was based on fear and intimidation. However, Ray addressed these allegations in a LinkedIn post, stating that he takes them seriously and is working to address them. But Bridgewater later denied the allegations and stated that it has a strong culture of openness and transparency. The company has also taken steps to address some of the concerns raised by employees, including creating a feedback system that allows employees to anonymously report concerns. While the allegations against Bridgewater are concerning, they have not detracted from Ray's overall legacy. Personal life. Now the man has a fascinating career, but what about his personal life? Dalio has been married to his wife, Barbara, for over 40 years, since 1976, and they have 4 sons together. Devin, their oldest child, passed away at the age of 42 in a car accident in 2020, while Paul Dalio, their second child, works as a film director. Despite the tragedy, Ray has remained committed to his work and his family. Often praising his family in interviews and in front of the public, Ray refers to them as the motivation and support he needs to achieve. He has also been open about his struggles with depression and the impact that his son's death had on him, which has helped to raise awareness about mental health issues. But despite the setbacks, one of the most unique aspects of Ray's personal life is his commitment to self-reflection and personal growth. In his spare time, Ray is a dedicated meditator who has been using transcendental meditation for more than 40 years and has credited it to helping him to manage stress and improve his well-being. And as we can expect, Ray Dalio is a lover of music just like his dad and plays the saxophone in his spare time. Despite his busy schedule and demanding career, Ray sure does find time for leisure and relaxation. He is also an avid reader and enjoys spending time outdoors, hiking and skiing, while also indulging in a bit of adventure, having gone skydiving and bungee jumping with his family. The visionary is also an author. It may be too good to believe, but Dalio wrote the book Principles, Life and Work in 2017 about business management and investment strategy. He also mentioned in the book about the set of principles and values that guide his life and work. It was titled as The Gospel of Radical Transparency on the New York Times bestseller list. I highly recommend you read this book. I put a link in the description where you can access it freely. Ray is also known for his close friendship with Bill Gates. The two met in the early 2000s and have since become close collaborators on various philanthropic projects. Well, Ray's personal life is as astounding as his career. But just like many others, the man is still facing a fair set of challenges, like his pre-malignant illness, known as Barrett's esophagus, which, if left untreated, can develop into cancer. We will now speak of Ray's amazing generosity, but before, if you wish to receive all my private advice to go much further on entrepreneurship and personal development, you can sign up for free by clicking on the first link in the description of this video. Philanthropy. Now, in addition to his success in the finance world, Ray is also known for his philanthropy, which means he's not just rich in money but rich in ethics as well. Dalio has donated over $1 billion to various causes, including education, health, and poverty alleviation. In 2011, he and his wife, Barbara, became signatories of the Giving Pledge, a commitment made by some of the world's wealthiest people, to give away the majority of their wealth to philanthropic causes. Now, apart from that, one of the causes that Ray is most passionate about is ocean exploration and conservation. In 2016, he announced a $1 billion donation to support the Oceans Project. This will include the construction of a state-of-the-art research vessel and a team of scientists to conduct groundbreaking research on marine life and ecosystems. And in addition to his work in ocean conservation, he's a board member of several nonprofit organizations, including the Brookings Institution and the Council on Foreign Relations. Without doubt, Ray's philanthropic efforts have not gone unnoticed, and he has received numerous awards and honors for his work. In 2020, he was named one of the 50 most generous donors in the world by Forbes magazine, and he's widely respected as a leader in the field of philanthropy. It wouldn't be far from truth to say, Ray's dedication to giving back to society has been a defining aspect of his life and career. Lessons to learn. So what can we really learn from Ray? Well, Ray's life and career offers several valuable lessons for anyone looking to achieve success in their own lives. It's worth noting that Ray has been open about his own mistakes and failures throughout his career, and has encouraged others to embrace failure as a necessary part of the learning process. This willingness to acknowledge and learn from mistakes is a key aspect of the man's success, and has helped him to stay focused on his goals, despite the challenges he has faced. Another lesson to learn is the importance of having a clear set of principles and sticking to them. As Ray's investment philosophy is based on a set of principles that he has developed over the course of his career, he has credited these with much of his success. It's possible that by developing and sticking to a set of principles, we can avoid making decisions based on emotion, and instead focus on what is truly important. Now we all know Dalio's commitment to radical transparency is yet another lesson that can be applied to our own lives. By being open and honest about our mistakes and shortcomings, we can create an environment of trust and collaboration. And finally, his dedication to philanthropy. This serves as a reminder for the importance of giving back. By using his wealth to support important causes, Ray has made a meaningful impact on the world, presenting himself as an inspiration for all of us to make use of our own resources to change the world for the better. Well, there's no doubt that Ray Dalio's life and career have been truly fascinating, filled with ups and downs, successes and setbacks. But through it all, he has remained committed to his principles and continued to push forward towards his goals. One of the most inspiring aspects of Ray's story is his ability to think outside of the box and adopt innovative strategies. From his early days as an entrepreneur to his later success as an investor, he has always been willing to challenge the established system and pursue his own unique vision. But perhaps what is most remarkable about Ray's story is his dedication to making a positive impact on the world. He has shown that success isn't just about making money. It's about using your resources to create positive change. So as we reflect on Ray's life and career, we can't help but ask ourselves, how can we apply these same principles to our own lives? How can we challenge ourselves to think differently and use our own resources to make a positive impact on the world? These are important questions to consider as we continue our own journey, and ones that can help us to unlock our own potential for success. What do you think about this incredible man? Let us know in the comments. If you like this video, I highly recommend you watch this one, which you will surely like too. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stories about the world's most successful businessmen and much more. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.